Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live on the couch with the Goon. Got a special show for y'all today. Got a little co-host in here today. Not little co-host, y'all. This is my lovely lady Bree. You can chime in at any time, introduce yourself to the public.
Yes, Big Bree, not the little one. Thanks.
You're welcome. We're gonna have some other guests to pop in. I guess when they do, if they do make it, cool. If they don't, we gonna go along and keep on rolling along with the show.
So Joy is here with me, by the way. So
Okay. So I sent out the invites to the other people. Guess it's just us, but I kind of figured it'll be something like that anyway on the first go round. So without further ado, would you like to say anything to the public, Joy or Bree, before we get started?
I mean, we're just waiting to get things started.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hello. All right, y'all, give me one quick, brief second. Okay, I'm back. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, all righty then. Who would like to answer the first question first? I guess I'm gonna have to answer for the guys since there's no guys in the building right now. Should the co-parent pay child support? We'll let the new guest start first, which is Joy and Bree. So one of y'all can jump and give us y'all spill on it.
So you're asking, should the co-parent pay child support?
Correct.
Honestly, in my opinion, I would say no. Because look, hey Samantha girl.
What y'all talking about? I'm late.
Okay, this is the first question. Each one of you will get a chance to answer, and I'll try to put my spin on it. But the first question is, should the co-parent pay child support? And I think Bree was getting ready to start.
Oh yes, sorry. Okay, so in my honest opinion, I would say no. And I guess this is coming from personal experience. I effectively co-parent with my son's father, and we have never stepped foot in a courtroom. He is fully in our child's life, financially and physically. So I feel like there's no purpose in taking him to court and making him pay child support.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good question. Good answer. Good answer. I'm sorry. Good answer. Joy, would you like to chime in on that?
I think it depends. My situation is a little different. I don't really like the whole idea of child support. I think both parents are supporting the child. But if there is an absent parent for whatever reason, I think it's a case by case situation. I have a unique situation where my kids don't all have the same dad. Two of them don't receive any type of child support, and one of them do, and that's by their choice, not because I asked for it or anything like that. So I just think it depends on what your circumstance is. If the absent parent or whatever is doing their job, then no. If you guys can come up with an agreement, some type of arrangements where the child is being taken care of fully, on both ends, and no, there's no need. But if there is a situation where one of the parents has the primary responsibility and they're not receiving any type of support from the other parent, then yes, I do think that child support needs to be implemented, especially if there's no time or other things that's active.
Okay, okay. I definitely see your point on that also. Samantha,
Yes.
313. What up, though? What you got?
So, yes, I think a man should pay child support. I also think a woman should pay child support because, for one, the co-parenting thing, it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. And a lot of parents that break up, you do have that verbal, oh, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that. And that doesn't happen. In my case, I have 3 children. 2 of my kids' dads, they're older than me. And so they always looked at me like I didn't put them on child support. They put themselves on child support because they were looking at me like you're a little younger and when you're going to need the help. Not that they're not taking care of their kids because they pay child support and still give money out to their kids when I be looking like, why are you still buying this and you give me a certain amount of money every month? So yes, I think men should pay child support. And for some people to say, well, no, you want them to pay for you. If he's dating you, you want him to pay for you. So why shouldn't he have to pay child support?
Mm. Okay, okay. Well, my spin on it. I definitely think both parents should, even if you are doing everything for them, it's always still something else that you need help with or whatever. So I think in most cases, in a lot of cases, it's probably needed because if you leave it up to the father to leave it up to him to do it, some of them ain't gonna do it. It's just what it is. What it is. The money ain't gonna make it there, and it'll be like you'll be waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you got to figure out a way to do it. And then you got some that will do it, and you don't even have to have that pressure on them, like me. So I think in some cases it's warranted.
Good
Did
point.
anybody else want to put a rebuttal on that?
Yeah, I do want to chime in actually. So I feel like, listen, I don't think child support is built for anybody, realistically. I don't think it's built for the mother or the father. The system, I think, is corrupt with it. However, I think it's important for the families to figure if there was a way to implement something else where the families can still help each other. So I have a similar situation that you have, Samantha, where one of my kids' fathers, he's older, much older, and he kind of took advantage of my youth in a sense of putting himself on child support to get away from doing other things, if that makes sense. Or being responsible for other things where I don't have to ask him for certain things. And he, put it in a way that, okay, I'm only going to give you this, but if I give you this, you can't ask me for anything else. So I think child support, to a certain degree, it works both ways. If I didn't have my kids, I would hope that my kids' fathers, would be able to provide the same way that I provide without their help. But I think everybody needs some type of support. I think everybody should be able to work together as a community and understand that at the end of the day, if you're not together anymore, it's still a blended family. So any little bit of money that not little bit, because it's a big, anything that's taken away from you is big. But I think that understanding how the family dynamic, it should flow and work, and how you being an absent parent and I still have the kid, child support could show up in so many different ways, whether it's I need to, make sure my lights remain on, whether I need to make sure that the kid has certain things as a community where we can all work together and reach the same goal for the kid and make sure that there's just complete provisions.
That's a good sub question, though, now that you mentioned that. So do y'all think that the non-custodial parent should give financial assistance to help pay for rent, for example, or utilities? Because a lot of people argue that that's not child support. I'm not going to give you money so you can go and
But
get
that
your
is,
nails.
yeah,
So
that
I
is.
believe that is child support too, because the child live there.
So
I totally believe it's child support. I mean,
Mhm.
I believe that. Listen, this kid lives with me full time. By the time your child support comes in, quote unquote, I've already put out money. I've already paid bills. I've already taken care of their basic needs. I've already, I've done all of these things already. So no, I do need you to. I still do need that check. I still do need that, ability to at least pour it back into the pot, because I've already done that a lot of the times. I've already met the basic needs of the kid, or even more than the basic needs of the kid. Now I'm waiting on your money to come back in. It just goes back into the household, realistically.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but a lot of people like to argue like that's not child support.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
and I'm not going to say all men are bad men, but we have some sorry men.
Hello.
That's what, for real. And that's just being real. Most, and I can only speak on my culture. Most black women who have a man in the household, that man is not pulling his weight. The woman is the one that's paying bills,
Oof.
making sure you have groceries,
Right.
putting in her car. These men, not all, so don't take it the wrong way. They're not out here doing what they're supposed to do. So it's
Right.
like, woman, he's your child too. He's
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
and it's sad. That's really part of the reason why child support is made, because most men, if what's the saying, mama's baby, daddy's
Baby.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
and
mm,
put a
mm.
baby in you and leave and have no responsibility.
Right. Mm-hmm.
A woman, we have to take care of that child no matter what. So when I hear some women be like, I don't need child support out, you don't? You
Right.
sitting up here complaining about what you don't have. Guess what? I do need my kids' fathers to help take care of them.
Right.
It's good that you're out here living your life, flashing new cars, and not that you can't have all that, but then your kid is over here, we struggling. No, that's not how it goes.
Right.
It's not how it goes. And it's pretty sad. That's just about how it is nowadays. And it's been like, this is nothing new. It's been like that since we were coming up. I'm 47. I remember my mom. It's been like that. Men have a habit of not taking care of their children. They're sorry. Some, not all.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
There's some
Just,
good fathers out here for sure. There are some responsible and good fathers, but I think the majority, like you said, black men. I mean, all cultures, but my experience is, black men
Mm-hmm.
is their trauma. A part of it is running away. A part of it is, not knowing how to show up in those spaces. Is she speaking? Oh, maybe she.
Samantha, you're on mute, honey.
She probably muted. She probably muted it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
We can't
probably muted.
we can't hear you, boo. I don't know what happened. Your sound just went off.
I'll just type and tell her that she might be muted or something, but continue.
Go ahead, Joy.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel like I agree with you. Realistically, I 1000% agree. Oh, her camera went on.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. It just like her camera went off, then she came back and it
Oh,
was me.
it'll come back. I wanted to punch in on that too, because like think about it, y'all. I think it is kind of good to well, let me just put it like this, because it's gonna lead into the next question. I think that like even at birth, it should be like paternity test just to be sure. It ain't saying that nobody, what I'm saying, on no bogus stuff, because things happen. Once that happens, you're already like in the system already. So at
Mm-hmm.
that point, the state or whatever put together whatever type of rules, you go to court, and whatever it is what it is. Because I've seen where dudes got paid and it's Friday,
Mm-hmm.
gotta bring that money home to mama or whatever, and things are getting paid, jokers getting threw out and whatever. So with guys, and a lot of guys, they need direction. For real. We don't know what we supposed to do, but doing it, saying it is something totally different. So like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I agree with them people. Throw their ass in jail. They don't want to take care of their kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. With that comment, I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying they should go to jail, right? But I do think I've worked in the jail. You worked in the jail, right? So I don't necessarily think that jail is it is the solution, right? I do think that though the government should step in at from conception, or not conception, but from the time that the baby is born, right?
Mhm.
Or
Right.
now aggressive to the point where you can do it before the baby is born and you can get a DNA test and get results. So I do think a DNA test is important that will eliminate a lot of like families going through, oh well, she said I was the dad and we didn't have money, or we didn't do the DNA test and I've been paying child support and this isn't even my kid, right? Like that
Mhm.
eliminate all of that, but it also would eliminate a
Yeah.
lot of families and broken homes if they incorporated, okay, you got to have this DNA test at birth. Unless if you're, for me, I would say you would have to do this DNA test at birth if you are not married, right? Now,
Yeah.
some people can argue and be like, oh, well, people cheat and all. Absolutely. But if you are not married, in reality, I think that it should be a requirement, right? Okay, do the DNA test at birth. And then you guys, if you're not together and you do not plan on raising the kid together, and it was just it was just the baby that came into the world as a blessing, then I think that the courts should involve themselves, where the parents should have to now do counseling, co-parenting classes, where they have to like learn how to manage, like there's tools that the government gives back so that the family isn't in poverty. Like that helps the Black family. But I think a lot of people will fight against that because men don't want to go to therapy. Men don't want
It's
to,
taboo.
do classes and co-parenting. A lot of Black people don't understand what co-parenting classes is. And so I think there, to answer your question, I mean, I don't necessarily think they should go to jail. I do
Yeah,
definitely think,
incarceration is extreme. I
yeah, I
mean,
do, yeah,
garnishing
Okay,
wages.
jail
Okay.
was thrown out there. Jail was thrown out there, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
might
that's
okay, like far as like with your passport being took, license and things of that nature. Yeah, we got to put some type of pressure on you because clearly you ain't even trying to do the right thing.
I mean, they already have garnishment of wages. So I think that's
For
sufficient.
ones that's working though, babe. For ones
Yeah,
that's
that's
working.
true. But I mean, I still think incarceration is a bit extreme. But you're right. Like, maybe suspend the license or
they're definitely New York. They
something.
do. New York, they do suspend the license,
Yeah,
right?
like that's fine.
But here's the thing, okay? So it's a ripple effect, though, right? So there has to be a solution. If you suspend my license, right, as a parent that hasn't paid child support, you suspended my license. Okay, I can't get to work now, right? Maybe it's harder for me to get to work, right? Maybe I'm already struggling on my last leg. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be like, oh, well, I don't have no money, but he can figure out how to do this, and he can, or she can figure out how to do this. But
Right.
we're not trying to make it harder on the parents. We trying to create we're trying to separate the trauma from the kid, right? We're trying to help the kid not have to experience the same things by helping the parents be better parents to the kid. So you taking away license, passport, cool, maybe ability to be able to do, or certain things, but how niggas do, they don't care. They don't care what's taken away from them. They're gonna do it whether they want, unless it's like at birth.
They riding dirty. They don't care.
But
Suspend it like that.
you will get jail time if you don't pay. So in Michigan, I
Right.
think you get up to probably $2,000 before
Mm.
they warrant out for your arrest. And yes, they do need a warrant out. You need your license taken. You need all that taken because you're supposed to take care
Your
of
kids.
your children.
For
You
sure.
out popping bottles. You
Yes.
out buying shoes. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your children. So yes, guess what? You ain't using your license to go to work anyway. We'll take those too.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I mean, and really, y'all, that's some real shit because throw this out there, like in certain relationships, you'll always have that person like, well, you could do this, you could do that. And in this case right here, a dude that's able to work should be working, right? So that means if he's able to work and he's working, he's making some type of an income. We're not saying like Future's baby or some shit like that. But I'm just saying, you making an effort, you doing what you can do. But it's a lot of cases where, guys got to have a little pressure on them.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
on somebody, you didn't put pressure on him before you got married. He had a baby. He wasn't doing nothing for you then. What makes you think he gonna do for you now?
Some men do switch up though. Let's not act like we don't have representatives
So
running.
they will, but you know a deadbeat when you see one from the way you do, right?
That too.
Ooh, nice.
From the way he what?
From the way he treats you. You know he's going to
You
be
know
a
what? You want to know something? If you want to be 1000%, hello, my dad
Speak your truth.
is the epitome of what you consider like a swindler. Like he is so suave. He's a fine ass man too, right? Like I'm not gonna lie, he got 7 kids.
Shout out to Joy's dad.
Okay, no, I'm really.
He's a nice guy. I met him, so
but he's not though, right? But that's how he gets them, right? Like he's a nice guy. He's handsome. He'll take you out. He has a job. He's a veteran. He's all of these different types of things, right? The moment every one of his women got pregnant, the nigga was different. That's when he was abusive. That's when he was controlling. That's when he was like, he showed all of his signs. And prior to, I can say the same thing for me with like two of my kids' fathers. Now, granted, I was young and I didn't have the experience at the time, but for me, they were, I always say, y'all are great fathers. You were horrible in a relationship. Like your relationship part of you weren't able to like heal or get through, like you couldn't lead, you couldn't direct, you couldn't like communicate effectively. Like there's a lot, but you are a great father, you're a great family man. Like these are all great qualities, but who you are in a relationship and the things that you need, those are two totally different people. So I think representatives is a big thing. You don't know people. You don't know people. So I think as women, our hearts are open, right? Like we want to be loved. We want to be treated, a particular way. We're very vulnerable at the beginning in the stages of meeting people. And sometimes a lot of guys will see it and they will manipulate that for their gain, to the point where it's like, no, actually, you've been doing this for a year and a half. I didn't know none of this type of stuff about you. Like you've been doing this for a year and a half. I thought you was this particular guy, and now you got with me, and now you're this person. But I'm pregnant.
Sounds like he trapped him,
or my credit is fucked up, or my whatever, because I believed things that I believed this front that you was putting on this whole time. And you had a really good front, girl.
Listen, she triggered y'all.
You had a really great front.
Oh, there
it happens. It happens on both sides, though, dog.
It does. But niggas be having great fronts and then have babies, have kids on the side.
Babies. Did you say babies?
Babies. Y'all can get multiple women pregnant at once. Yes. Babies.
Living with their person, moved out in the course of your, like, what is happening?
Girl, listen, don't.
What was you saying, Samantha? What was you saying?
But do you think women, this probably on a totally different subject,
Yeah.
can be a little overbearing sometimes?
Can be
yes.
A little overbearing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you this is how I am. Sometimes I hate women. I swear to God, I do. Because I be like, I see why men react the way that they do. Like I was in the grocery store today. I saw so many unhappy married men in their face based on how their wife acts. You treat like he's a kid. You're taking over all the grocery shopping. He has to stand to the side. I can't stand for a man or husband or whatever to be like, I gotta ask the boss. First of all, she ain't boss. You just married her. You know what I'm saying? But I think women can be a little overbearing because we are nurturers. For one, you're not his mama.
Right.
And a lot of women like to tell men what to do. And I had that problem. I've been out of a relationship 3 years, and I do know my mistakes. You got to, I have to realize I've been on my own since I was 18. I've always done for myself. But then if you meet a person and they're not a strong enough man, you'll become the man, not really meaning to, like
Mhm.
doing everything. And I took over that. So now if I do ever decide to get in a relationship, I'm going to
Listen,
not
trust me, I know.
just let him be a man, even if he doesn't know how to do a lot of things. Like, I know how to paint, I can change tires, I can change my brakes, I know how to do all that. Some men don't know how to do it, doesn't make him less of a man. But
Mhm.
I think sometimes we as women will take away a man's manhood, not
Men
purpose.
good and useful.
But at the same time, though, to play devil's advocate, that man has to
Oh, I'm
show
here. I'm here.
sort of.
I'm here. Got it. I got it. I'm here.
But
Hey, you don't have to play devil's advocate. I'm here.
But
Yeah, like,
I'm here.
I'm just saying, like, all I'm saying is, like, I agree with what Samantha's saying, but at the same time, you know, as someone who is, and a lot of people will argue that there's no such thing as an alpha female, as
It
someone
is.
who has been called an alpha female before, it's not like I purposely want to be that strong, dominating type of personality. It's just that I have been conditioned to be that way because I have yet to come in contact with a man who can take me out of that.
Absolutely.
Outside of
not
the
for
goon,
you.
you know what I'm saying? The goon, I done told him I'm gonna give him his flowers while he's here. He has actually put me in a space where I can actually sit back and feel comfortable and safe for him to lead and be a man. So it's kind of like I wouldn't put the blame solely on the woman. There are some women who are just a little too much, but
Oh, we
For
gonna
you.
get into that in a minute. We gonna get into that. Just hold what you
okay,
got,
all
y'all.
right, we good.
Yeah.
Because hey, Willie Broxton, I just seen you, bro. I need you. I don't want to be by myself, bro, because I really want y'all to say this. I don't want to say it, bro. I want y'all to say it. So I'm gonna send you the
You
link,
feel
Willie
like
Broxton.
up on?
No, no, no. Hey, listen, y'all hit up on a couple of points that I was gonna ask. That I had questions for. So if you hear me repeat a question that y'all already said, that's the reason, because y'all already hit it for me. All right, this is the question that I got. I'm gonna move along a little bit, y'all.
Okay.
Is marriage even worth it anymore? Just off of everything that we've said in this short amount of time. We've been on for 20 minutes and 28 seconds.
Can I answer?
A lot of guys, I got you. I got you first, because you first, man, Sam. A lot of guys don't want to be married. It ain't nothing to do with the Lifetime channel shit and living happy ever ever and nothing like that. It's a lot of what that last discussion was on how I guess how women want to be led and feeling they know about a man and this, that, and the other. So it's a lot of guys. For instance, I got a track record for being an asshole for my page, but babe, no. A lot of these guys sending me this content to put out there because they can't say it at home. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? What y'all was just saying. I just say what I want to say. I'm just, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? So is marriage, do you think marriage is worth it? And I want the women to answer for the guys on this one, and then we'll flip it to you next. But how everything going all right? Do you think a guy think that marriage is really worth it? Sam, you start.
You
Sam,
said,
you start.
or am I talking about me? Because I'm not a man, so I can't speak on his point of view. But for me,
Good point. Good point.
no. And the reason why I say no is because I know what the Bible says, but I don't necessarily believe everything in the Bible.
Okay.
I'm starting to believe that people are not made for just one person. That's why people cheat. You can't be yourself. And a lot of people that when they get married, you do everything you have to do to get that man. I'm talking about women now. Then once you get married, you in the big draws.
Uh-oh.
You walking around in the moo-moos. There's no sex appeal to you whatsoever. So you had to do everything you needed to do to get them. The only reason why I probably will get married is if I'm with somebody and you die and I think I've been with you long enough, I think I should collect your benefits. Because guess what? If we're not married, I get nothing unless you leave it in a will. So nowadays, when I see marriages and what I've seen, no, it would be a no for me. It would just be a honest, it's a no for me. It's just the fairy tale is gone.
Mm.
The fairy tale is gone. It's not what it's cracked up to be. Not saying that marriage isn't good, but you have to
333.
person. You have to meet your person. If you don't meet your person, is telling you, and I don't think one person is going to satisfy your every need. I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about everything. There's not a person does not satisfy your every need. That's why people look in different places. So marriage to me now is a no.
Girl, I agree with you, honey, because listen, it's a spiritual journey. So I totally agree with you. I think life is a spiritual journey, and I think that people put this barrier on it. So I grew up real Christian. Like Christian, I grew up with so many different Catholic, Christian, Jehovah's Witness, like all of that type of stuff, right? So I was really religious for a long, long, long time. I never, like when people would say, oh, what's the difference between, or try to explain the difference between religion and spirituality. Are you spiritual or religious? I'd always be like, oh, I'm religious. Now, fuck all of that, right? Like I'm totally, excuse my French, but I'm really spiritual, and I believe in everybody is on this spiritual journey. I cannot control who you connect to. I can't like, now I can set a boundary for myself, and I can say, well, I'm totally monogamous. I don't want to, date anybody, and those are my choices, blah, 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 blah. And that's my choices. And so I will align myself with somebody that thinks like that, right? Or understand that I can't control who your spirit connects with. I can't control if they're going to be on this journey with you for a life, for the rest of your life, or they're just coming into your life to teach you something, or to teach us something, or for us to whatever. So I think marriage now it has the purpose of it has lost its way. And I do not think that, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but I do not think that men are supposed to be here with one woman either, right?
Yeah.
That's not my thought process. But I do understand, how it got that way. I understand whatever, but no, marriage is now a contract.
Marriage.
When we are married, if the only reason for marriage in a sense is for, God forbid, something happens to one of us, I can receive some type of, benefits and continue to take care of my family and continue to take care of your kids and our legacy and what we've created, so that we have generational wealth still, right? Mm-hmm. Outside of that, realistically, no, it's just an act. It's just we can be married with a contract. I can write out on paper and get that shit notarized and say that we are married, and
you don't even necessarily have to do that. Like, you can literally just have a domestic partnership and then come up with some sort of power of attorney, or
law.
Yeah,
I mean, right. For you to actually receive something from them, it has to be written up that they can be, in their passing, you're still going to be able to be recognized as their partner or their wife.
Oh, will.
But yeah, in a will, but also like a note, like a formal
copy of something.
Yeah, a notary copy of something. Yeah, absolutely. But no.
Household, I'll get married. I want to keep my house. You keep your house. We live separate and we can be married. I will do that.
Damn.
Your ass home. I'm finna go home. Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Listen, we could be on a compound for me.
That's real though, Sam. That's real. That's real.
Big ass house. You have your room. I got my room.
I must be in the minority, okay? Because I'm sitting here like, no, I want to be in a house with my man in the same bed.
I do.
In his skin, okay? Because
I do, but I understand. Spiritual warfare of it all, right? Yeah. Like I get the love and the spiritual warfare of it all, and I get. Yeah. I'm moody. I need my own space sometimes. Girl, you understand what I'm saying? Like I might need to go in another room and decompress, or be like away from you and know that you're still here, but we have a big enough space, or we have, our areas on our land. Let's say hypothetically, we got you got a little personal area over there, and we can still share this unity, this community or whatever. But I don't know. I think a little differently. So
no, I agree with that. Being able to have your own space, because I think each person deserves a little bit of solitude to kind of like reset, decompress, because we all face our own battles separately, not only
Right.
just together. And it's healthy to be able to retreat in your own space and just analyze, okay, why am I feeling this way? How can I get out of it? Because if you don't have that personal time to yourself, it can be a little toxic.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm not with, I was with you, but then I was like not with
I
you,
know you
because
ain't
you
with me
talking
for
about
real,
some living in a separate house and on the compound.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So
You know what my real life experience has been? I grew up, like I said, very very Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I had two adoptive families. One of my adoptive families, they were very, Christian, rigid.
Yeah.
The father was so how I looked at the man and how I looked at the woman was like, oh, you guys are God-fearing. This man provides and he takes care of, and she knows how to respond, and they have a relationship with God. Then I lived in another household with my other family where they were the pastor and the pastor's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
She did not know how to respond. She did not know how to react. They did not live in the same, sleep in the same room or anything like that, right? So the conflicting part of it is like, oh shit, like what I'm learning, right, is how a man and woman is supposed to respond and react to each other and how they're supposed to whatever. But I have a pastor that's supposed to be the person that's like teaching. And then I have deacon and deaconess type of thing that are honoring it in a particular way, right? So what
hey,
you realize that every marriage and every relationship is going to work for however they work, right? Like it's going to work for whatever makes sense for them. And it's not always going to be where y'all together, and y'all, there's people grow in stages. You might be somebody totally different in 10 years.
Oh, absolutely.
Where, listen.
hey, Joy, and to add on that, you know what I noticed too about that too? Like, if you think about it, even like back in the day, I think they didn't even have like the older people sleeping in the same room,
Or the
but
same
then in the same bed. I'm sorry, in the same bed, or they may have had like two beds in the room. But then once you start seeing it, once you get older, whereas it's not uncommon to see
Yeah.
people sleeping in separate rooms and stuff like that. I guess for the same reasons that we're talking about right now.
guys, but they worked. They were married. They
still love each other and all that stuff.
Love each other, but he had his own bedroom. She had his own. And as a kid, you're like, well, do you sleep with each other? I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. True.
Like,
But they did. I guess however they worked it out, they did. And they would share, and you would, their marriage was a little different. I might see a condom in a trash can. I was like, why the hell are y'all having
please.
But
TMI.
at the same time, it worked for them for a long time, for many, many years. And so you do see, I could still be married, and I could understand that how my partner is. And as long as we, figure out and make sure that we have time with each other and make sure that we,
Joy, the question was to all of y'all, is marriage worth it anymore?
And you want us to answer for the opposite?
No, just for yourself. No, I was going to ask you that, but then she's like, I ain't no man. I was like, boom, I get that, but just answer for yourself. Is marriage worth it anymore? Because we said a lot, but we didn't answer the question.
Yes, contractually.
Yeah. But see, okay, so for me specifically, I agree with what you guys are saying as far as contractually, whatever, but I'm also a water sign. I'm a Pisces. You know how we are. We're lovers. We believe in that fairy tale shit, low key. I can't hide from that. So for me, it's worth it because I have yet to be married, and I kind of want to see what that's like. And I just have this whole idea of like me and my person just all in marital bliss and shit like that. But mostly yes, contractually, because what if something happens to me, or if something happens to my husband? Like, I want them to be able to make medical decisions on my behalf, I don't want there to be some sort of argument, legal issue, because you got the family over here trying to make decisions, and yet we're not married. So the significant other can't really step in and say anything, and it's a mess. So yes, marriage is worth it for that reason, but also because I just want to change my last name. Like,
I think it's beautiful. I think it's also a really beautiful
It is.
experience, right?
See, I don't like that part right there, y'all.
What?
Even though we was getting ready to go to the next subject, this is why I don't like that part.
You don't
This
like
is why.
what part?
It has nothing to do with you per se, but as a guy, I hate hearing because I ain't did it yet. And they be like, damn, bro, that mean like you willing to just get married with anybody. And we see
No.
that. Hold on. We see it a lot within the Black community. A lot.
We do. But see, that's the thing. Just because I say I never done it before, that does not mean I am just gonna up and marry anybody. Because if that's the case, I would have been married by now and probably divorced. Time's over.
Right.
So I'm still very self-aware of, you know, who I am, how I'm evolving, and I also know what I look for in a partner. Not to mention, I have a child. Okay, so it's not just me. I have to also make decisions considering him as well. I'm not going to have anybody around my son that I feel like is not a good role model in some sense. So no, I'm not saying I want to get married because I never done it.
But
Not like that, but
you do understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Absolutely, because yes, there are people who get married just because, and then the split second.
A lot of people want to get married. A lot of, because think about it, social media makes everything look great.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Many women have gotten married and have gotten murdered that night, have gotten beat that night. Is not what is cracked up to be. Everything good isn't good.
Yeah.
It's
that's gonna lead into the next question.
Oh.
All right. Y'all can definitely answer this because I'm definitely not even gonna attempt to answer this for y'all. She said what? All right. Why do women feel the need to stay in abusive relationships, whether verbal or physical?
Oh, I don't know.
I never been in one, but I think a lot of it comes from how you was raised. And the reason why I can say I would never be in an abusive or verbal relationship, my mom was in that. And that's never ever wanted. No, if I saw my mom live that. Some people just want to be loved, or they feel if I leave them, what people gonna think. I don't think you want to be in an abusive relationship. If that's the case, why do men abuse women? Men are not the only abusers. Women are abusers too. But men are just painted to be like some of the worst people. Women can be abusive also, physically and mentally. So it's just not a man that does it. So when someone
we'll get into it.
No, when someone be like, why do women stay in abusive relationships? I be asked, why do men stay in them too?
Okay, so I cannot speak for someone who has been. I know that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick and let you out the floor. So I can't speak for someone who has been in a physically abusive relationship because I haven't been in one. However, I have witnessed that. I have, however, been in a emotionally abusive relationship. So in terms of me, why I stayed as long as I did, a part of me kind of held out hope because it goes back to the whole representative comment that I made before. These people, not just men, women have representatives too. It kind of made me hold out false hope. Like, okay, one day we're going to go back to how he used to be. He wasn't always like this. So maybe if I stick around, he's going to change and go back to the way he was. Then I had to wise up and realize, nah, that was just a fake him. He's really narcissistic. I need to leave. But physically, I thankfully have never been in an abusive relationship. And that was because at a very, very, very young age, I witnessed my mother go through, and I don't know if she's watching or not, and I hope she's not upset for me.
You know she watching.
Like, I hope she's not upset for me mentioning this. I love you, Mom, if you're watching, but like this
Iceberg Slim.
I can't remember how old I was, but I want to say I was roughly about 7 or 8. my mother got beat to the point where her face was so unrecognizable. I remember her coming home from the hotel. I mean, the hospital. She was at my grandmother's house, and seeing her on the couch, she got up and said, "Give me a hug," and I refused to go near her because I didn't recognize who that person was. That was my mother. This was not my mother. So that kind of like burned a memory in my brain, and I'm
Come
like,
on, India.
wait, I'm gonna sit here
Come on.
be with the man who is physically abusive. So she had to go through that for me to, I guess,
I like that.
yeah, just kind of like I'm not gonna be in it. So, but baby girl,
Listen, I think that abuse it shows up in so many different forms, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's not always physical. It could be manipulative type of abuse where
Oh my.
you are
hello,
where you're just being abused, being convinced to do, to stay. Just it's a mind, like it's a mental thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people want to stay in abusive like situations. I don't think anybody that knows or recognizes, because at some point it clicks. At some point you know that this is not healthy, this is not good, this is not what you're supposed to be in. But I think the support system, a lot of the times, like a lot of things play a real big part, right? What do I have in connection with this person, right? Okay, how can I get away? How can I create a plan to escape or to make my situation better? Do I have the means? Do I have the support? Do I have can I say something to somebody? How abusive is my situation? Mm-hmm. Is this really abuse? I think there's a lot of psychological things that happens in like the trauma or the perception of abuse that people are like, oh, you should just leave this person. Well, guess what? I can't just leave this person because I got 4 kids by this man. I don't have anything, I've been with this person for all of my life or XYZ amount of my time. Maybe I'm not working because we can't afford childcare. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't have any type of support. I don't think people, and vice versa, even abusive men or men that are being abused. I think that the everyday kind of like factor, in a sense, like the tradition of what we have to get done, like I think a lot of the times that type of thing over or supersedes what things can actually take place to get out of that situation. And if you don't have anybody that you can trust or talk to that can give you real, like not just tell you what you need to do, but help you create solutions and actual plans to be able to get out of that, it just prolongs the situation. It's going to make you stay in it longer because your brain, your mind is already torn down, right? So you're already weak at a lot of the times, oftentimes, that you don't know how to help yourself out of that situation. So
there are some people who unfortunately do not have any other family other than the person that they are with. So
right. So my situation was several different situations, not literally, like not just with men, right? Let's just talk about it. Like not just with men, family can be abusive, right? And so when you learn that, okay, let's say if we're talking about family being abusive, right? And maybe it's physical or just holding things over you. Emotional. I can't go back to you. Maybe I did find a guy, but maybe now that guy is also displaying or distributing behaviors of abuse. Well, I can't go back to my family that was abusive. I thought this guy was going to help, or this person or these people were going to help me in a particular space feel safe or be able to get out of the abuse. I'm not from North Carolina. So for me personally, I have no people here. My people are my friends, right? So like those are the people that I depend on and that I like will call or whatever. But let's also talk about it. My friends are females mostly, right? So if I am calling my friends, I'm not going to put them in situations that they are going to now potentially be harmed or potentially be, no, I'm going to figure out a way to handle that. That might mean I have to stick it out a little bit longer, or that might mean I do have to call somebody else or an ex or somebody. The process of it.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hey, Willie, go on and step in on this one, bro.
Can you hear me, cuz?
Yes, sir.
Shit, what you want? What you want? You know how I do.
Okay,
how y'all ladies doing?
Okay, look, I'm gonna run off a quick list. I think we only had a few questions, and then if you could briefly catch up and speak on both on the questions.
Yeah, just give me a question. I heard most of it. You know what I mean?
Did you know what the last one was? Is marriage worth it anymore?
What, that contract that doesn't benefit a man? No.
Speak on it.
I mean, I mean, it's just to me, I've been there, done that. But you can still do the same without being married. But I do agree with what they were saying is that you have, if something happens to you, that other one has to be taken care of.
For sure.
Should be. But at the end of the day, it's something that for some women they look for validation. But for me, I'm like a man, I'm just like, I don't, what does marriage do for me? At the end of the day, like I said, it's a contract where you gonna ultimately lose at the end. Majority of the time the man loses.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it again.
Okay. Okay.
Unless I had more than one. You know how I roll.
Okay. And well,
I mean, that's the best way to go nowadays.
yeah.
If you can take care of both households, all the households.
I'm tracking. I'm tracking. Okay. This is a female question, but if you wanted to chime in on it or why you think, it says, why do women feel the need to stay in abusive relationships, whether verbal or physical?
Man, that's a whole lot of factors right there, bro. You talking, that's that mental health stuff. So now you're talking about what was the upbringing like, you know what I'm saying? What was the love at in the family? Is there daddy issues? You know, anything where they're looking for that validation and love. And even for men, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to domestic violence or domestic abuse, we be scared to say something.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm about to get to that on these next questions. They're gonna be more like on us. But
Yeah.
we gonna get to that. All right. And should the co-parent pay child support? And do you think that a paternity test should be mandatory at birth?
Man, yeah. The paternity test, I say, yeah, get one. But as
No,
far
I'm
as
just saying mandatory at birth. Like soon as she pop one out.
mandatory,
Yes, sir. I'm talking about for the world. Like, I mean, for the United States. Like,
should be. You don't know, man. I mean, for real, you really don't know. You know what I'm
agree.
saying? You don't know about that double life. That double life something different. You know, growing up in the old days, how that was, bro. My big
Bingo.
daddy shit had a double life like a mug. Didn't nobody know about it for years.
Right.
You know, so
Okay.
yeah, I would. And what was that other
Okay.
one?
Okay. Oh, I'm working my way into it. So on this one right here, I heard Samantha, Bree, and Joy. They were talking about different things as far as like the men, the marriages, child support, things of that nature. I heard somebody bring up mental health. Boom. This was a perfect question right here at the time. Why are so many men afraid of therapy? Willie, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna pick up after you. Sam, pick up after that. Joy and Bree on the end. Go ahead.
Oh, simple. In the beginning, especially in our community, man, it was told we don't need to go tell them white folks about our business.
Right.
That's just how it was. Or then, like for somebody, one might talk to their pastor or something. Man, I don't need to tell them about my business. Man, I can handle this. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Until you sit there and get to be our age, you feel like, hold up, I went to the damn army with PTSD already. You know what I'm saying? We already,
Yeah.
I'm talking to people where they talking about went to war, seen bodies. I'm like, dog, you walk over and see a body at 10 years old where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
We think that's normal. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not normal. So yeah, the mental health is something we need, especially as black folks. We got to take care of that because we never took. It was something we was delinquent, especially for men. It was delinquent. We didn't touch it at all because we didn't want them folks in our business. We was better than that. We just got to be strong. Or here go your favorite one right here, T. Bibbs. Boy, you gonna be a man. Men don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? No,
Right.
bro, that's unhealthy. You
Right.
feel me? You got to take care of that mental health now. But yeah, that's how we was taught. I mean, it goes back to a lot of things, bro. What we're talking about is all this is learned behavior.
Right.
This is something that we learned even before our time that our families had learned. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
it goes deeper than that. Even when it goes to whooping kids, you know what I'm saying? We don't understand that that's a slave master's mentality because that's how they control cattle. That's how they controlled us. So then in the 50s and 60s, men controlled their women by beating them because that's what they learned. And all of a sudden we whooping kids because that's what we learned.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? It's all learned behavior from that. But that mental health, like I said, it was taught to us. We don't need to cry. We don't need nobody to talk to. Handle it yourself.
Hey man, I'm gonna put it. I like what you said on that, but shit, I'm gonna put this spin on it. It's a reason why men are afraid of therapy. One, fear of the unknown. 2, this person that I'm giving this information to, is they talking about it? What's going on and whatnot. 3, the way women throw that at you with therapy. You notice you really only get that when they want their way. I mean, sometimes it'll be like, I've seen this, this, that, and the other. But most of the times when it's brought to you, it's like it's a weapon. It's a weapon. You feel what I'm saying? We were on here earlier and we were saying how we were talking about, like, I guess, alpha females and how women
there you go. Hey, I ain't gonna say that on that one.
No, it's real shit. We got
That's
grown-ups in here.
That's a myth, man. That's a myth.
We got grown-ups in here.
Yeah, I feel it, but I think that's a myth in the alpha female because who leads a pack? The alpha mentality is a pack mentality.
Okay, look, don't look at the word. Just look at the message on this.
No, I got you.
It's still the same. Yeah, it's just like using it as a weapon versus something healthy. Weapon to get that's what the problem is. So a lot of guys don't even want to. It's hard enough to open up to a person already.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then once you start using it as a weapon, that's why they don't even want to fuck with you like that.
And that's why a lot of men don't get married a second time, because we can open up that one person.
Yeah. Sam, jump in there. What's on you? Sam, you there? All right. Bree and Joy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Repeat the question one more time, babe. Just to make sure I stay on.
Okay. It said it was a question of why are so many men afraid of therapy? Like, why do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for men, of course, personally, but my humbly opinion would be, I mean, it's just a taboo subject, but not even just that. I feel like men may associate therapy with a sign of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be perceived as some weak, fragile individual. So I'm not going to sit here and go to therapy and basically, quote unquote, cry to this stranger about my business. Not only that, I mean, you think about back in the day where whatever happened in the house stayed in the house, whether it was abuse, mental, physical, whatever, that stayed at home. You don't tell nobody else your business. So, I mean, we've just been conditioned, men especially, to kind of keep things, bottled up and inward. And I think that is so unhealthy, honestly, because it's almost like a volcano. If you don't let that shit out and you don't find like a healthy outlet, or you don't really, seek professional help, it's going to explode and it's not going to be pretty. But yeah, I think it's honestly just, for them, y'all see us, you see it as a sign of weakness, unfortunately. What you think, Miss Joy?
I think we said the same thing, actually. Definitely agree. It's from the, just like she said, back in this house stays. Why would I go stranger? What is happening that might terminate? Really, like, I don't trust. Men have always been conditioned to not trust, right? The people, quote unquote, the people, or the man-made, social service type of thing, like stuff in those particular spaces. So I think from that perspective, and from what the guy said earlier, hi,
Wayne.
But from what he also said earlier,
I don't know what's going on. Sam, can you jump in?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think a lot of it comes from, I can only go with my culture. Black people were always taught you shouldn't talk to people, tell people your business. So it's more of a stigma. And then men really don't know how to express emotions, because men are taught no crying, no whining, no that. But at the same time, you're human. You're human. And to me, therapy is great. It's one of the best things, because you got to think, you got a person that's not biased toward you, and you sit there and you express to them
how you feel, and they take that in, and that's just like a whole weight lifted up off you. It's just a weight that's taken from you. But I think it comes from the black community. You're considered crazy if you see a therapist. No, you're considered crazy if you don't see a therapist. I think we all need therapy. I've done therapy, and I'm telling you, that was the best decision I could have ever made in my life. It is. It's the best decision I could have ever made. So I think everybody should seek to do therapy. For real. It brings up so much stuff you have inside of you that you don't forget about, old wounds and stuff, because a lot of us walking around, we're hurting on the inside, but because we impacted it so much, you really forget about a lot of the trauma you've been through. And speaking with a therapist, it'll bring some of that stuff out. So I think men should see a therapist. But I'm not a man, so that's kind of like a hard question. I'm not a man.
No, it wasn't hard. It just asked you, do you think that? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think men should. I think men should see a therapist. Would you see a therapist?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and how has it helped you?
Yeah. Oh, it helped me a lot. It's just like you said, the triggers that I got. Yeah. So it was hard for me living with myself in a sense at times, and then I had to slow down, stop everything, and sit with myself and really lock in. You know what I'm saying? With nobody around me, y'all. A lot of people can't be around themselves. They can't because they hate themselves. So once you really do, know yourself a little bit better, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. But a lot of people just can't sit in the house and just be there with nobody around and just really lock in and figure out some things along with therapy. Okay, did everybody get a chance to answer that question?
Yeah, and I agree with all y'all said. Hit it right on the button.
Okay, so check this out. I'm about to step it up a little bit. Okay. This is like a two-part question. And the first part of it is like, why do most men lie to women? Anybody want to jump in on that one?
I think y'all should answer. How do y'all lie to women?
Well, I got Willie here. Sure, we can answer it. We can answer it.
Hey, I can answer. So, man, so look.
Why do y'all be lying to us?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right. It's a situational thing. So I'm gonna try and make real good sense, right? To me, first of all, I ain't got no reason to lie if you ain't my wife anyway, or sleeping with you, nothing like that. But it would been times if you tell the truth, you don't be believing us. But if I lie, you believe me. Make that make sense. I mean, I'm like, damn, but I don't understand it. But then sometimes, like you said, we're not emotional, so hurting feelings play a factor. Even though we shouldn't be doing things we lie about, we shouldn't be. But just the sense of hurting somebody's feelings that plays a big factor in it.
Okay, I'm agreeing with that too, and and for me, that's the sole purpose right there. That is the sole purpose, because I'm just gonna use me for an example. You know what I'm saying? Being in different relationships and meeting people, go out through all over the world, been around the world twice, met everybody once, and this is like, okay, like Willie say, you could tell the truth about something like, oh, where you getting ready to go? You already know that the fellas, we got like a basketball game tonight or whatever. But we feel at times like this, and a lot of times, that the female is going to try to make us choose what's more important, even though you didn't already have plans. So sometimes you end up lying like that. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you end up lying because you don't want to tell the truth, because you don't want to get into a long discussion, which is going to turn into an argument because y'all both standing on what y'all standing on. So it's best, you feeling it's best just to, you know what, I'm just going to spin it and not tell the truth. But guess what, y'all? It's a thing called trackers out here, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Some people just like to lie.
Well, some people like to lie.
Some people don't. Liars.
Yeah, but some people don't. Some people don't. Like, some people
don't like honesty. For real. We don't want y'all to tell us the truth. Okay, for instance, I was fat, right? I used to ask my ex, am I fat? No. Sitting up there straight up lying. I know I'm fat, but because you thinking if you tell me the truth, my feelings aren't going to be hurt. No, I'm a grown woman. You ain't got to lie to me about nothing.
Look, but Sam, but why did you ask that question? Because
I wanted to, I knew I was fat, but I wanted your honest opinion.
Okay.
Bills.
Hold on, I got you, Willie. You about to get on this. This is an example of right here is what we're talking about. One, I don't want to say like rhetorical, like you asking a rhetorical question, but if you know in your mind that you can stand to lose with you and you ask me and I tell you the truth, you're gonna be mad that I noticed that.
No, I'm not. I'm a different type of person. I'm not. Everybody's not the same. I prefer honesty over. Don't lie to me. Be honest, man.
I understand, Sam. I understand.
But I got something for that one though. Here's the question. Here's what you got to put in the context. Were you big before you got together, or were you not big? Because here's the thing: when it's unconditional love, you can gain 300 pounds. We probably see what you were in the beginning. That's what we see with our eyes, especially with unconditional love. So I don't see you gaining 200 pounds. I see the same person I most likely married. Mm-hmm. So it ain't really we lying. That's just not what we see.
Gotcha. All right, Bree and Joy, y'all want to chime in?
So, I don't really agree with women.
We got an echo going on, y'all. Are y'all still in the same spot?
Yeah, we are. We never moved. Can you hear us?
Oh, all right, I can hear you now. Better. Yeah.
So, I don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly with the whole women don't like the truth thing. I guess it's situational. It depends on the person. Me, tell me the truth, because if you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to find out anyway. And when I find out the truth, I'm going to be even more pissed that you lied. So that's number one. I don't know why y'all lie. I have no idea. I wish I knew. But in terms of like the whole weight gain thing that y'all were talking about, it's a lot of different factors you got to like take into consideration with women. We have hormonal imbalances. We have y'all big headed ass babies, age, so I understand that, oh, you weren't this big when I got with you, but you have to understand life happens, age happens. So, I think there is a level of compassion that needs to be put into play. But yeah, if I'm getting a little too big, you can tactfully and tastefully tell me, baby, come to the gym with me, or something. But I will prefer you to be honest with me, because if you're not honest and I find out the truth, your ass is really in trouble then. So I don't know what you think.
Okay. Joy, what you got?
Lie to me in a beautiful way. No,
girl, get the fuck on.
Girl, so silly.
Fine, for real. I got flat booty. I know I can't.
Joy, I can't hear you at all.
It's like, okay, I want you to be honest. Okay, you got to be. I want you to always be honest with me. I don't know why guys lie. There's no reason realistically to lie unless you hiding some shit. For real.
Not true.
I mean, to me, I feel like there's no reason. If you know your person, right? You know that I'm like me. I'm very reasonable. I'm very understanding. I'm very flexible. I can see both sides of things. Okay, there's no real reason for you to present any type of lie to me. We can get through it. We can talk about it. We can work through the bullshit of it all. You can tell me your deepest, darkest, whatever that case is. And then what you can say, I mean, I'm not saying particularly me, but you could say you're on a DL. Let's say you got a man that is closeted or something like that. I don't want him lying to me.
Oh, hell no.
I don't. But guys lie, right? They lie so that they can manipulate and get what they want. Mm-hmm. There's so many different things that we maybe that's not.
They lie to keep from hurting our feelings.
It keeps
ding. Ding.
Absolutely.
That's not that. I don't think that's fair though. Like,
For real, they lie to manipulate us to keep from hurting our feelings. Cause women, you know, we cry over everything. We're punks.
well, I don't know about all that. I can't. I ain't no bitch. So
Some can be, yeah, I know. You're a woman though. You know we are emotional. Soon as he say something that hurt your feelings, but why did you? We'll ask him and then we'll say, but why did you even say that?
no, ma'am.
It's the hormones, it's this, it's that, it's the other. So we already behind the 8 ball already.
Huh?
Yeah, I think men lie to keep from hurting our feelings.
Yeah,
So
in a lot of cases, but then you just got some habitual ass liars, and
Right, people love to
gonna
lie.
lie. Yeah,
here's
they
the
gonna
problem.
lie.
Here's the problem with the whole. I'm gonna lie to you to hurt your feelings. You are preventing us from making an informed decision. Like Joyce said, the whole DL thing. Like, I understand men who are on a DL, they feel like, okay, let me not tell her the truth because I'm trying to protect her. No, nigga, you actually fucking this shit up for me. Let me make an informed decision for myself because I don't like niggas that like dick. Okay, so how about you tell me the truth? Let me decide whether or not I want to fuck with you.
Or maybe I do. No, I don't.
Or maybe I do like niggas I
and
like
I
dick.
can work with that.
What the fuck type
What the
shit?
hell is going on?
We're
No
just
Diddy.
Oh, hey, I don't know what.
We're just hypothetical.
No Diddy.
Just for
I
the
see. Oh, we got on that to download
I
us.
don't even know where that came from, bro.
speaking generally, I mean, she's speaking in general. I get what my bitch is saying. I get what she's saying. Okay. But
Oh, okay.
all I'm saying is, I get what Sam is saying as far as some women who are very extremely emotional and they want to be lied to because they can't handle the truth. That is not fair. Okay? Yeah, I am.
And staticking again. Staticking again.
I think with my emotions more than logic, but at the same time, I would prefer you to tell me the truth so that way I know how to move forward. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to be deceived. So, yeah, and I'm not no punk. So I don't.
Yeah, and I think I'm more logical. I'm not very
But
emotional.
Maurice, women be lying too, though. That's why I don't like to be on the
Right,
men all the time.
right,
Women
right,
be
right.
women from the be lying, okay?
This is something as simple. It could be something as simple as what's going on this weekend or whatever, and you ain't had nothing planned. But as soon as I'm not saying like, as soon as she found out you hanging out with the fellas or whatever, or y'all got something planned, then here come all the bullshit. You know that's a lie.
But
You know what I'm saying?
That's because we don't like for y'all to go nowhere.
that's
Stupid.
Just say that though. Just say that. I'm just
Dude,
cool with it.
wherever
Just
you
say that.
going.
You
this
just say
whole
that. Don't track my car. Don't put nothing up. Don't do none of that. Just say that. Like, even though I might still go or not or whatever, but it's all the extra stuff. So when you ask why do dudes lie, we lie because y'all lie. We lie because y'all can know what we trying to do, but trying to intervene and throw a monkey wrench in it. Throw your time frame off. So it's a lot of reasons why dudes lie.
I can't relate, so I don't know. My whole, just like Joy said, it's a communication thing. If you have plans with your friends and those were already set in stone, communicate that, then cool. But if we have plans, like babe, if me and you have plans already set, and then unexpectedly one of your homeboys decide to ask you to go somewhere,
But that's not what I was talking about, dear.
I'm talking about what Sam said in Joy, because she said we don't like y'all to go nowhere. Did she not say that? Or was I missing something?
No.
That was really a joke. That was really a joke, though.
Right.
I
No,
love
that's real. That's real. That be real in a lot of cases, though.
Right.
I mean, it's
they
funny.
mean to go somewhere because they know the type of man they get. So of course
Yeah,
you don't want them to go nowhere.
I was kind
And
of
sometimes you don't got that kind of man, and it's just it is what it is. You know, it's like this teddy bear is mine.
They all get them kind in them, though.
You said what, Sam?
I said, but they all get them kind in them. I don't care how he look, how he dress, how quiet he is, if he loud or whatever. Men are men. Just
Yeah,
like
and look,
women are
we
women.
lie to our kids though. So I mean, we lie to everybody. Most people, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can't be like, oh, I want this dude to tell me the truth and everything, and then you over there lying to your mama, your daddy. It's people lie. It's just it. Sometimes we lie to, like you said earlier, not to hurt no feelings. Or what I say is, man, I ain't even trying to get involved in no discussion that's getting ready to lead to an argument. All right, next question, y'all. What initiates you to track somebody? You or your significant other?
Nothing, because I will never track anybody. Only people I track are my children.
I could dig that one. Especially with these white vans snatching kids and shit for sure.
I don't have time to be trying to see if you feel you need to do that, you don't need to be with that person. If you ain't got no trust, if you feel you need to have somebody's location, don't be with me. That's goofy, man. That's the worst thing they could have come up with. Somebody knowing your every location. That's silly.
Willie, you on that?
Man, the only thing, only something I track is my damn fur baby, my dog. That's it. I ain't tracking nobody. I don't need nobody tracking me. I'm is where I'm is. I
All right,
mean, because
Chris.
9 times out of 10, you're going to know where I'm at. I'm going to tell you. Actually, I stay at home most of the time, so you're probably telling me to get the hell out of the house. I'm keeping a buck with you. Probably gonna tell me, Carl, hey, come get your boy, get him out the house.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? I
I've
got a
had
gym
that
now
happen
in my
before.
own house, so I don't really go nowhere.
hey.
I done got that call before. Like, can you please come get this nigga out the house?
Danielle and y'all, what y'all like? What's up with the tracking? What y'all think we should do?
Y'all muted Joy and Bree, by the way, if y'all talking.
No, we're not.
Bree,
We were just
what
kind of.
what y'all thinking about this tracking?
Are y'all talking about like literally tracking or just simply sharing locations? That's what I want.
Finding devices under
All
cars
of
and
it.
Apple
Okay.
pins,
Okay.
Apple drops.
So yeah, that's a bit much. That's excessive. That's stalkerish. And okay. If y'all were talking about simply sharing locations, then to me that's kind of a different thing. Because I, for one, I'm okay with sharing locations for safety purposes, but in terms of like simply tracking that person and policing what they're doing or where they are, or that's a no-go. Y'all don't need to be together. That's psycho.
But
So
is share location the same thing as that
no,
somebody right at the, or you
it's
just, I don't really know how, I don't really share my son has my location where I am, but
right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's to me sharing simply sharing a location and actually tracking is different. Like when you're tracking someone, that means you are simply keeping tabs on that person. You are, watching their every move, and you're like, oh, this person's here. They shouldn't be there. So let me go ahead and pull up on them. It's like it's a lot of excessive shit.
right,
But
right,
simply locations for safety purposes, like Joy and I, we share locations with each other for but do I sit here and police where she's at? Absolutely not. But in the event something may occur, at least I know where she's at.
right.
If I come to her safety or call 911, for example, like I think of shit like that. So that's why I don't mind sharing locations with certain people, like my man or my friends or my family, because it's like if something were to happen to me, you at least know where I am. But
But
tracking,
definitely not tracking a car or
tracking is
tracking
much like that's
somebody's phone or somebody's anything. Like I think that is stalker-ish. Yeah.
Okay, got a question for you.
Hey, Bibbs.
So, let me get this out real quick.
Okay, my fault.
So, I've heard that women hate guys alive, and of course, shoot, I hate people lying to me too, because that's why I try to tell the truth. But in this situation, let's make up a fake scenario right now. But we still using the same thing what we all said. If you hate for somebody to lie to you, but they found out that you got something on their phone or a car or in a book bag or something, and then they ask you, where was you at? And then you don't tell them where's that because you fucking with them. How does that go? You get what I'm saying? Like, okay,
yeah.
you know where I'm at, but you asking a rhetorical question of where I at, where I've been or whatever. So now I'm fucking with you on that. Is that lying? Because you shouldn't have put that on there no way.
Person doesn't know that they have the tracker on them already.
No, the person don't know and they just find it in a book bag. You know what I'm saying? Something in the book bag or whatever, however, ink pen or whatever.
Personally, I think it's a moral thing, right? Like I personally, it's a, do you want me to think you lying or not? Like, okay, you don't know I have the tracker on your car or anything like that. Are you an honest person?
Smoking.
Like that is the basic. Like, are you an honest person or are you a liar? If you're a liar, you're gonna lie to me, and I'm gonna expect for you to lie to me because clearly I have a tracker on you because I think that you are a liar, or I don't trust you. So to me, it's kind of like that's on you, like whether or not now, based off of your answer, okay, I know that this person is definitely a liar, and I just asked to see if he's gonna be honest or not, or I just asked to see if she's gonna be truthful. I don't
But what
think
does that make the person that put that on there? What does that make the
I
person
think
that put that on there?
that person is insecure. I think they're manipulative. I think that they don't have any trust in any particular way, that they shouldn't be with that person if they have to go through all of that work, right? But I think
Yeah.
on both ends, I think both people are just trying to figure out, can I trust you, right? Like, who's being honest? Like the foundation of it all is, can I trust you? Who are you being honest with me? Or are you a liar?
Gotcha.
And I think the other end of that is kind of like, well, I am insecure. I cannot trust you. I don't know how to communicate with you in a way because I'm so used to you lying, and not necessarily I'm trying to like get you caught up in something, but maybe I'm trying to like work on things and I don't know how to work on things. So this is my tactic in trying to
Ooh,
figure out different things. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did everybody hit that? Willie, you get that?
Yeah, I got that. Shit, don't put no track on me. Let me find it. I'll drop it off somewhere where you really think I'm at. I'll tell you that right now. I hey, I'd take it to Magic City, drop it off right there. What do you mean where I've been at?
Josh, what up, my
I've
baby?
been at Jimmy's. Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you if you did that for sure.
I
Yeah,
got you.
sure.
That's that people are playing. Like, if I know the thing about it is, if I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna be with you. If I know that you are a liar, and I'm still gonna, you know that I know that you know that I'm a liar. Like, it's the same, it's the same process. Like, we all on the same page. I think communication is the problem. People don't want to be truthful with what they will allow, what they will accept, and who they really are. Those are the things that I think manipulate or make women get into a space of, I can't trust and I don't know how to communicate. When I do communicate, maybe this person shuts down. Maybe they're aggressive. Maybe they're, maybe their reasoning is real too, right? Like, maybe they got a real reason for shutting down, because maybe when I am honest with them, they don't believe me, right? Or they use it against me, or they bring it up in an argument later, or the bitch, starts yelling and arguing with me, and now we're in a bad place when we were in a good place. So there's reasonings on both sides, but I think communication, like effective communication on where you at, what you want, what your boundaries, what you looking for, who you actually are. If you are, a person that desires multiple women, or you're a person that can't be faithful, or you're a person that, whatever your case is, share that shit so that the person can at least say, okay, this may come up later. I may decide to deal with this and accept this bullshit, or maybe we can work through different things and I can, like, whatever, but let people know who the fuck you are so that they don't have to go through that. Decision. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes you do. That's the thing. Sometimes you do, and you get the feeling like maybe you like trying to be changed, or like the female may feel like this nigga trying to change me, or whatever.
Women
Like, you
change.
tell them exactly who you are and what you expecting or whatever. Of course, you got to still get through the relationship part and figure out things of that nature. But sometimes you could tell somebody exactly from 1 to 3, like, what these are the things right here, and it may not go as smoothly as you want to, but it's
That's
just different individuals.
and in reality, you did your part. Like, you were on it on either end, right? Man or woman. You did
Right.
your the person to be able to communicate where you are. Now it's up to that person to say, at least you did your part. So it's up to that person to say, all right, I'm gonna fuck with that. He did say this might come up later, or she did say this might come up later, or this is an issue that they're trying to work through. Can I help them work through it? I do think that maybe I am a Captain Save a Hoe type of thing. So maybe I do think that I can help them see their flaws and grow, or whatever. But you still allow that person to make that choice to say, oh,
Yeah.
or nah, I can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you, because shit, some people have different things with them that is like deal breakers for relationships, cheating, uh, uh, breaking in a phone or tracking, things of that nature and shit like that. So I can get that. All right, y'all, we got 3 questions left. This is a good one right here because I done seen this happen in my family a lot. Why do Black women allow their male child not to comb their hair and keep up with personal grooming and appearance?
I wouldn't know because I'm not that Black woman, so I can't answer that. You need to find somebody that's doing that.
Yeah, I don't think any of us can really speak on that.
Yeah.
As far as, grooming and stuff like that. Like I don't know.
You saying that y'all can't speak on y'all child grooming? Is that what I'm hearing?
No,
No, because we're not going through that.
You're asking, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you're asking why do Black women why do we refrain from
Allow their child
yeah.
not to comb their hair and keep up with personal grooming and appearance.
We don't do that though.
So that's what I'm saying.
Why
Like
do Black women allow their
my-
children to not keep up with personal grooming? Is that what your question?
That is the question.
I don't personally know Black women that do that. Now maybe I don't know. Do y'all know Black women?
Y'all ain't never seen none out there? Like this the first time y'all ever heard of this?
No, that's not.
No, when I see it, I need to ask them. When I see
You
something,
said when I see it, I'm gonna ask that.
The difference between seeing it and actually experiencing the question that you're asking us, you're asking, from a perspective of we are those Black women you're talking about. Yeah, we see it, but we don't know their reason.
No, I'm not saying it's y'all. I'm just saying just looking at like, damn, bro. Like,
okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know what it is? It's your fault, the man, because the woman is raising that child by herself. The man, where y'all at? Y'all done left. So this.
What about when it ain't the man that then left and y'all there together?
Maybe the man's sorry, don't know his role.
Maybe it's finances. Maybe it's mental health. Maybe it is.
What about you just can't say nothing to her kids?
Maybe
No,
and they all kids together, but like I know y'all know of guys that in relationships and live in the same house and all that shit, and they can't say shit to their kids.
That's that abusive man. That's what I was saying. That's that woman that's abusing that man.
What? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but
I don't know. That's not my experience.
I don't know household like that, but I know it does happen. So I can't really speak to why it occurs. I don't know anybody personally that's going through it. I'm not personally going through it. So I'm not sure.
That's not keeping that their children would be affected by
what up, Tim?
But I do feel like it goes deeper than whatever surface level answer you think may be there. Like it's way deeper because just like Joy said, it could be mental health, it could be finances, it could be some sort of emotional manipulation, abuse. We don't know. It can be a plethora of different things.
But I don't think that's just Black households. I mean, I think that goes for like all households. Yeah. I think
since y'all couldn't answer it, I'm gonna go to Willie. Willie, why you think, bro?
Go with that question again, because you had me stumbled on that one. Real talk. You talk about why they let the kids walk around nappy head,
bro. Okay, let me break the scenario down for you. Then
you gotta get hood rich on me on this one.
The sagging with the underwear all out, the hair that they don't comb is just natty and nicked up. It just what I'm saying. Just woke up.
Oh, you talking about this? You talking about these modern day parents?
I'm just talking about the parents that just letting them do this shit. Like I'm like, back in the day, I can remember. And walking out of the house, they gonna throw some Vaseline on your face, lick their thumb, and they go get you gonna be together when you leave up out of there. And then just go to the store right now. Just go to the grocery store right now. I'm pretty certain you're gonna find a couple of them walk through and you be like, what the hell? Like, that's the question that I'm asking.
Or why they letting their kids walk around raggedy?
Basically, yeah. Basically, that's it.
Man, that's that. Man, that's that. See, that's one right there. That's one of them new things going on. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, yeah, that's a hard one to explain because they think they're growing locks like that.
Right now, this is a moment for you to be honest because we got 3 other women on here and you choosing not to be honest right now. We just go slide by and be like, all right, man, just like, no, bro, it's a reason. Sam just said it's the man's fault too, and I agree with Sam because there's a lot of parents not parenting and just letting whatever this person say go on both sides or
So
whatever. But
what you're trying to get at is the community. I think there is a loss of being able to parent other people's children, right? So
no, I'm talking about your own child, not
I
other people's children,
child,
your
but
own
also my sister being able to check my kid, my aunt, because I might be working, right? So I think it's the issue is it okay, maybe I can't talk to my kid, maybe I'm not home enough because I work 3 jobs or something like that. And so now my kid is here. Maybe they don't have maybe the father figure is not in the house, and I'm a single parent that is completely taking care of all of the responsibilities. So my running around, right? I have no direction myself. Like it's deeper the service or the answer that you can just give, because I think it comes from like a community lack of support, mental health issues,
I know
finance,
too.
environment. I think it comes from all of those different types of things where some of these kids they what's it
You
called?
breaking up, Joy.
Huh?
You breaking up like you got
All
some
right.
feedback on.
I think a lot of kids lack stability, right? They lack discipline. They lack a lot of those different things. I don't think it's just on the parents, though. I think it is community. I think it's the lack of support that the parents might have. I think it's social media influence. I, now, I have lost school systems have taken away some of these different people that wanna brush their teeth, they don't want to comb their hair, they don't want to dress in a particular way. Like I have to maybe fight the system a little bit differently than what I may have used to be able to do, where I can, let's say, beat your ass, or I can like put your, give you some type of, repercussion for the things that you're doing. Those things have privileges and rights have been taken away from parents in different ways. And it's not even just putting your hands on kids, but a lot of kids, social media is teaching them, right? Like the school system is teaching them. And only because parents are now at work all the time, or they have to, look at how much finances have increased. So I'm not home with my kid. My kid may be raising themselves, or social media may be raising. If they don't have family to be able to like tap in and pitch in and stuff like that, they're by themselves. And I don't have no support. So I think it's deeper than what you're saying of like, okay, why these kids out here, wearing bonnets in the store,
Or why do
and
their parents
But why is
it's
it?
deeper. It goes
yeah.
deeper than just that.
Why is their hair considered nappy? That's our culture.
I'm just saying, kept up. What about
Why
the
can't we
parents?
have our natural smell?
What about the parents? What about all that? Like, okay, you don't want to talk about the hair, that's fine, but we talking about a neat appearance.
A neat appearance. So
Yeah.
again, like I'm gonna say, it goes to a father figure. A woman is not a
How
man.
is it just
Know
on the
how?
father though?
Right. We know
It's
how. We
it's
know
on
how.
both.
Huh?
It's on both pairs. But what we're trying to say is that we cannot answer that
Why
from.
are there so many single mothers out here? Let's answer that question. Why are there so many single black mothers out here? Why are men constantly going around impregnating women, knowing they're not going to stay with that woman, but you constantly impregnating her? Why?
Good
Why?
Oh,
point. Why
Why
the
are there
women
so
still
many
dealing with the dudes that
fatherless
got
homes?
5 and 6 kids already?
No, I'm just saying, why are there so many fatherless homes?
Probably because of both of them.
You can't say probably because of both of them. You can't.
Why not?
The system created that. You know why there are fatherless homes?
Oh
Remember
yeah,
back in the
they
80s,
locked the black
for a
men
woman
up
to
in the
get on
80s,
aid, they had to put the man out the house.
right?
So they took the black man away from us.
Did
So
did
a
did
lot of the
they do
things,
that, or the woman did that going down there to get on that aid?
the white man did that to the black woman. That's what and that's what we've accepted. That's what we've accepted. And that's just for real. And so when people ask me things about little boys, I'm not a man. Where's his father at? A lot of it stems from not having a father. Even though a woman
So
can raise a great man, she
yeah,
can, but a boy needs his father.
that is true. That is true. But you can still make the corrections.
Yeah, you can make the corrections, but he still need a male role model.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's why the Black Panther Party back in the day, okay, was a big deal in our community. All right. Like, honestly, that's
That
why
was a village. That was a village.
yeah, they had the village for when the dads wasn't in the household or anything like that. The children were able to still be supported and provided for through the community. So if they lack community, whether the father's in the household or in prison, or the mother is in prison or in the household or on drugs or whatever the case is, it's a systemic issue. Like, it's deeper than, why is my kid out here with his drawers to his ass, or why is my kid like without her hair comb, type of thing. Like, it's deeper, and a lot of it has to do with mental health, and a lot of it has to do with both of what y'all are saying, the dad being out of the house or whatever, and the father needing to be in the home, and the having to go on welfare, or the system making the mother put the kids on welfare, put the children or herself on her baby's father on welfare, go on welfare and put her child's father on type of child support or something like that. So just because she needs the help, right? The Black community has stepped away from being able to be that system to go to for that help. So now we got to go downtown. They make me put you on child support in order for me to receive help. Maybe you can't give me help because you've been locked up. Like, it's a whole revolving thing.
Basically, it's just a lot of different variables that dictate the answer that you're looking for. So it's really hard to say.
But it is
And a lot of kids are doing this because of what they see these stupid rappers and entertainers do.
Yep.
You walk around with your drawers showing. My son cannot ever do that. I will pop him in the back
And
of the
see,
head.
look, and Sam, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. For me, it don't have nothing to do with the man, woman. It depends on, like, that's your child or whatever, and you just making the correction. That's it. I
Hey,
don't think I'll go to work looking out of place, because I know my baby. She ain't leaving in 2 minutes to get to work. And
hey,
waking up.
it's time for me to come in devil's advocate now.
Go ahead, bro.
Now I'm gonna keep it a bean. I understand everything that happened before in the past with the system and everything, but now to break it all down, right? Depends on how your relationship go with your family. You always got an uncle. Somebody gonna be there. A young man is gonna turn to some guidance. I get it. They're gonna turn to the streets, right?
Yeah.
But now here's where the kicker gets in, where people don't want to accept responsibility. For everybody that's my age, close to my age, which is 48, in that age range from 45, about 40, I say 46 to about 50, right? When our generation started having babies, first thing on our mind was we ain't gonna do them like our parents did us.
Yep.
So we got to accept responsibility when it's time to change it. Because I can blame the man I want to, but we got to go there. Because then you sit there and looking, well, why is a little boy walking around in Dickies and some Cortez? Well, probably because daddy walking around in gangsters and Cortez. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why a little girl, 15 years old, she got the same dress on her mama, got her nails stay done. You know what I'm saying? And almost everything showing, because that's what they see. Our generation wanted to stop a trend of either beating kids too much, telling them this like that, and trying to be a friend. Look at the generation of the kids, and that's what happened. Then they start having kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was okay for my mama to go out, and I was a latchkey kid at 10 years old. So what did we turn around and do? Be friends, let them be latchkey kids. Now they're getting raised by the streets. On some of it, we have to accept ownership and responsibility for it ourselves. Besides, like I said, music is just a trend. TV is just a trend. Like Bushwick Bill said back in the days, you don't want your kids to hear music of this nature, but you take them to the movies to watch Schwarzenegger. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to listen to rap, but we gonna let them watch TV with all types of crazy stuff going on. Got to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's up to us to put in there and instill some of the things in there.
Yeah, but we also had a community of people that if our parents weren't doing it, our aunts or uncles or our teachers or our neighbors or people were looking out for us to make sure that was happening. So
Hey, Joy, but guess what though?
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know. Well, I know how old I am, but I remember it did used to be a time like that. But then, just like Sam said, a lot of that is on the guy because they wasn't there no more. Right? Boom, the guy ain't there no more.
But what can I do if I'm a kid?
Raising the kids now, because you can't say nothing. You can't say shit no more.
But think
Yeah.
about this. What
Nothing
can I
to
do as a kid if my biggest role model is a dude in a big Cadillac with all the money in the world, right? But he telling me not to do wrong. I see he doing wrong, but that's all I see. You gotta remember what role models we had. Hey man, I played basketball. I had dope dealers telling me stay out the streets, don't do this, keep playing basketball. So sometimes it's who you turn to and what you have left. But it was a village. I get a community and all that stuff,
It
especially
is
in the
on my
streets. But
yeah.
also your uncles and everybody else played a big factors if you
But
had
this,
that family background like that.
our
Absolutely.
generation has really changed. We don't want nobody to hit our kids. Don't check my kid. Don't
Can't say
do this.
shit.
Don't do
Right.
that. Your neighbors can't say nothing to your kids. You can't say nothing to nobody kids. You know how many kids I be wanting to punch in the store?
I don't even like going in the
I,
store just because of that reason.
For
uh-uh.
real.
Like I treat my kids because I'm old school. I'm gonna talk to you like I'm gonna talk to my kid. And if I see some wild shit happening and I that you're about to do some wild and I go get your mother, go get your father, and I get it, but nah, I'm gonna break that cycle. Like I'm a part of breaking a cycle. We need more people to be on the other end that's like, no, I am gonna speak up. I am gonna pull you to the side. I did see you do some foul shit, or I do see you, acting out and I can see a future. And let me share my story a little bit. I think there's not enough of that. So there's so many children still falling by the wayside, but we can we can intervene a little bit, as opposed to like, why are there so many kids out here in this space? No. Okay. Well, if we recognize that, how many kids can we pull? How many kids can we like be an advocate for or teach them to have a voice for themselves or, show them a different path or, light that they can change
It's
some
a
of
different type era though. It's a
huh?
different type. It's a different type of era we in. I totally get what you're saying, but it's the era that we in. Like I couldn't do shit in the neighborhood or when I'm thinking I'm safe outside the neighborhood. Everybody know you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get fussed out there. Might get my ass whooped there, but when I get home, guess what? Same thing.
Yeah.
That's not like that now.
Parents nowadays going to the schools fighting with their kids. This is my generation. My generation, and I'm 40, I'll be 47. We are embarrassing. For real. The way
Yes,
we act when it comes
yes.
to kids,
Yes.
it's ghetto, it's an embarrassment. You will get on the phone and cuss a kid out with your kid. Stupid.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Go up to the high school and do a fight with you, stump somebody with your kid. Because that's how we think. Just stupid, man. It's
Yep,
embarrassing.
it is.
It's really embarrassing. And a lot of it came from, I ain't gonna raise my kids how my mama did me. I wish I would have,
It's
though.
444. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That shit was extremely over the top to me, but some of it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Cause look where we at now.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all, that was the show today. I want to give each guest a chance to get some final thoughts or a final recap, and I'm gonna sit back and let y'all go. Anybody can start.
Well, I got one for y'all. I'm gonna say make this real quick. I think this, as what y'all said about that about therapy and therapeutic. This is what therapeutic when you can get around your people and sit there and just talk. You know what I'm saying? Converse. You know what I'm saying? Learn from each other, talk to each other, all that other good stuff. That was good to me. That's the only reason I still do what I do. Just learning from other people, talking to other people, and then we just getting together. That's what I like about this new technology. You ain't got to go to the house and have a couple of drinks to hang out with each other.
Cause I've been
Mm-hmm.
having them right here on my couch, and y'all been on your couch. And thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
fucking with me.
So appreciate that. Thanks for having me. You still owe me. We still got to get on the couch about you and your boys and your friends and all this other debate we got.
Yeah,
I ain't forget.
we up next. We on deck next. Don't even worry about it. We on deck next. Hey Willie, thank you for coming on, bro. And Michael Jordan's a bum just like you. I carried you in Korea the whole time, but nice for you coming on today. I ain't even gonna let him come back. Aha. All right. Sam, Bree, Joy,
Oh, it
on
was good.
y'all.
It was a really good opportunity. Good to I don't know Bree, but I like her personally just from being on Facebook. I want to tell you, you got a good guy. Just grew up together, going to school or whatever. But I'm glad that you did the show. I'm glad. I'm glad that you coming out your shell. And you've always been yourself, Maurice. You've always been yourself. So that's what I like about you, and I'm glad that you did the show. And the topics were really good today. They were really
Hey, well,
good.
look, I thank Joy and Bree for all these topics because that was definitely them.
Okay.
I might have added like one, maybe two in, but that was all them. Sam, you definitely welcome to come back. and you can be on the, anytime you want, but we're gonna be doing more shows about different various topics. So I appreciate you.
All righty. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bree and Joy,
Yes,
Here.
yes, dear.
we got some final words for y'all. Thank y'all for coming on the show.
You're welcome, baby.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, y'all got anything?
Next time, I'm gonna hijack your entire show, and you just gonna have to take.
Go ahead, baby.
No,
Go
no.
ahead.
Next time.
This was a good
All
show. I appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all for all y'all hard work and helping me get these topics together. I even appreciate everybody that came on. Like I told y'all, this was gonna be a safe space. There wasn't no arguing, none of that weird stuff. Just some adults kicking it and talking it. We not gonna think the same. We ain't gonna feel the same. But we can use this to help each other grow. Maybe not. But I really appreciate everybody that came on today. And work with your boy. We talk about that boxing. We talk about basketball, and we talk relationship stuff. So y'all come again, and we'll be back. Thank y'all, and thank you for everybody that came on. It's your boy, the Goon, and we up out of here. Peace.